Good morning from SopranoDoctor Ogechi Sylvia Odocha. It's Friday, this wintry morning, and yesterday when I was walking back from the hospital where I was examining, it occurred to me I have been in Derby for 10 years. I came into this city September 2014 from London when I came to do my GP training. 10 years, that is 10 years of my life I've spent in this city. I have seen this city evolve over time. I've seen this city change. And I thought I'm going to do a walk along video to talk about the changes I have witnessed in this last 10 years. So this is the area I live now. I've lived in so many parts of Derby. I've lived on New Utoxeta Road. I've lived at Kingsway. And now I'm living close to Derby College, which is there. And also another important landmark here is St. Mary's Church, which is behind. You can't really see it. Maybe if I walk back this evening, I would go there. That's where we attend mass, where I sing. So this road behind me is heading towards the A52. Some of the landmarks in this area, if you look at the brown signboards, so the brown signboards point to tourist attractions. If you come into a city and you want to get to know the tourist attractions, look for the brown signboards. That tells you the places to look out for. So on that, you can see the Museum of Art and Gallery, the Cathedral Quarter, and they used to have the Queen Leisure Center, but it's closed now. There's very good parking. So you see parking here. And that's Derby College behind. So some of the structures around me that is Derby University. So if you see Derby Business School, which is being built here, all these structures were not here 10 years ago when I came into this city. My God, I'm always awed how in the West, in cities, there is always development. Even in places you think that there is no space, it's either they are building on top of parking lofts or they are building undergrounds. You can't come and there is stagnation. It doesn't happen. So that's the business school, which is a new building that's coming up. Wasn't there. The building that was here when I came in 2014 was the one you can see in front, that kind of shiny, it looks like a copper building. I think it used to be the School of Law. I don't know if it's still the same, but I know it used to be the School of Law. So I know this road very well because I used to walk down from my house at Junction Street, which is on New Utoxeta Road. I used to walk down from there to St. Mary's for mass. So that was when we first came to Derby. And it used to be a long, long walk. So I'm going to cross the road. The green man has just done green. So it's not like I am just running across. So I think St. Mary's, I want to run so I don't wait. I need to get to the hospital in time. So yeah, the green man from I'm crossing. So that's the copper building I told you about. That's it. So when we came at first, we used to go to St. Mary's. And I think it's because my dad actually schooled in Derby in the 70s. And he told me about St. Mary's. He used to attend mass there, so I used to go there for mass. Then it became such a long walk, especially in the winter when it's so cold. So I discovered St. Joseph's, which is at Burton Road, and I used to walk down there. I go to St. Joseph, and so if you look behind me, that's Friargate Studios. It's always been there, and it's still there. So back to church. I discovered St. Joseph's, but then I was always looking out for where are the Nigerians in Derby? Where are they? Until I met my dear friend, Dr. Anthonia. We met at the hospital. How we met is a story for another day. We met dragging a box of pizza. Those days, they used to give us doctors free pizza every Friday. So that day it happened that two of us were dragging one box of pizza. And when she found out I was Nigerian, she was like, "What? You're Nigerian?" I said, "Yes." I said, "Oh, one Nemo till today." She calls me, "Hey, one Nemo. I want to cross. This place doesn't have good." So that's the landmark. That's a bridge. Has always been there, still there. I think this road is called Friargate because that's it there. Fire Gate, and then down is 4th Street. So I'm going to run across because this place is not the easiest road to cross, but I'm running! Okay. So when I met Dr. Anthonia, she found out I was Nigerian. She invited me to her house. I was alone in this country because my husband had gone back to Nigeria based on his Commonwealth scholarship agreement. So I was alone in this country. And it was during that time that my husband's visa was suspended for 2 years, all because he overstayed by 1 day. So you see all these apartments you see around me, all these apartments were boarded up at the time I first came here. I remember when I walked down the street, I'll be seeing pigeons flying out of them and spraying stool from above. But now they've been done up because there's been an explosion in population in this city in the last 2 years. And it's good. You can think of all these buildings now generating income rent for the people. This Fire Gate Unitarian Chapel, I don't know. I've never been in it. I've been saying one of these days I should go in and see what is there. So let's go back to Dr. Anthonia. That day she invited me to her house. She told her husband, hey, the mama, that's my sweet husband, I found a Nigerian doctor. She's alone in this city, no family. She invited me to her house that weekend. They took me with them for a birthday in, I think it was in, I can't remember, Ilkeston. But the way she just took me as her family, oh my goodness. I found a sister in this city. So you see, this place has been dormant for a long time. Work has started here now. Danger, keep out. You come back here in the next 6 months, 1 year, a building is going to be here. So, Dr. Anthonia told me to start attending Our Lady of Lords at Mickleover. But I told her that I can't find any Nigerians. Say, Nigerians there for Dabio. There are plenty. You've just not met them in the right place. So we went. I started attending Our Lady of Lords. Met a lot of friends, Nigerian friends. Met a lot of doctors. I was so lonely. I was the only Nigerian in my training year, GPST1 2014. Go and verify. So these are some buildings that we here. See the examples of boarded up buildings. You see all those wooden boards covering those buildings. Some of them have been abandoned. This is a care home that has been here. I've always noted it. I think when I did my training, I used to come here for home visits. Yeah, Lavender Lodge Care Home. It's been here. It's still here. Ooh, if you look to the front there, you see that Lidl. That Lidl was not there. As of 5 years, in fact, it just came up there 2 years ago, if I'm correct. 2 years ago or 3 years ago. It was just an abandoned, run-down patch of land, but it's been transformed to a Lidl, and I go there to shop, and they've got quality stuff close to you, Lidl. More construction. This is one of the oldest run-down buildings that has been here. This one, it's been here. I'm so happy to see that construction work has started. I listen to BBC Derby anytime I drive, and I think they said something is going to be done about this place. It's been run down for as long as I can remember. Now they've cut the grass, they've cleared the grass, they're about to do some things. If you go, so this is a roundabout, if you go straight up, you're heading towards Normanton area, I think it's Lara Croft Way. You're heading towards Normanton area, you're heading towards the Derbion City Centre. I'm trying to remember where else that place goes to. And if you drive through there, I think you still connect to A52. So this is where I've walked from. Look behind me, going towards Nottingham, A52 Stafford Street. So right now, I am on New Utoxeter Road. So that's me heading towards where I lived when I first came to this city. It holds a lot of memories for me because I lived there by myself for 3 years of my GP training. My husband's visa was, they banned his visa, they banned him from visiting this country for 2 years because he overstayed by a few hours in the UK. And at this point, I want to thank Amanda Soloway. I had to write to her. I was a suicidal, young Nigerian GP trainee, very lonely. That was when the bouts of depression started coming for me. So this is Great Northern Road. This house has been here. I used to have a friend that lived here, but she's moved now. So I was very, very lonely. We made applications to the Home Office. They would not revoke the decision. So I had no other choice. Somebody told me, write to your MP. And I wrote to Amanda Soloway, who was representing, I think, Derby City North under the Conservative Party. I wrote to her. I opened up, I told her I was sad, I was lonely. I couldn't make friends. Derby then was not as diverse as it is right now. So I was very lonely. And with a lot of personal history, personal wars I had. Newly married young lady, and I have struggled actually. And Amanda Soloway demanded a freedom of information or whatever it is she did. And my husband's visa was reinstated after 2 years of banning him from this country. And you know the sad thing, this is a man who came and did his PhD in this country, in Glasgow. He did his PhD and he left when they told him to leave, all because he visited me. This happened when he came to help me move my stuff from London, where I was doing my first NHS job, to Derby to start my GP training. And he made the mistake of booking his return flight on the day his visa was to expire. So technically he was still in British airspace the next day, and based on that it triggered a clause that he had overstayed and his visa was revoked for 2 years. It was so bad that 2014 I came here. 2014 December I went back to Nigeria for our traditional marriage. 2015 I had to go to Nigeria 3 times. You can imagine the stress. How much annual leave are we given when you work in the NHS hospitals? Every 4 months, you're given, every 3 months, because you're given 4 weeks over the course of the year. So every 3 months, you're given 1 week. And as soon as I booked out my 1 week, I'm booking my flight. And I live in Enugu/Aba. So getting to the eastern part of Nigeria, where you would fly, you spend 1 hour, because as soon as Ethiopian Airlines started to operate, I started using them. But before Ethiopian Airlines, it was British Airways. So I'll fly I have to get to London first of all, which is a trip on its own on National Express. Get to London, and then fly from London to Lagos or Abuja. Sleep over, and then join a connecting flight. So that is 1.5 days gone from the 7 days I have. It wasn't easy. But when I look back at all these things, I thank God for the grace. Yes, people tell me, okay, you suffered. I suffered. It makes me feel bad sometimes. Did I really have to go through all of this? But I believe I got the grace from there. I don't understand. It's made me resilient. It's made me able to look back on all I went through and realize, okay, what didn't kill me made me learn my lessons, made me stronger, and I can always encourage those who are coming after me. So this is one of the bus stops. I'm very close to where we used to live. This bus behind me is the Villager. It's one of the buses that goes from the city center to the hospital and back. The main buses that apply this route, so I'm on New York Center Road. So if you look forward, that is heading straight to the hospital. So the road from the hospital to where I live is actually a long line. It takes about 45 to 50 minutes to walk, depending on your walking speed. So that bus, the Villager, and then the other bus is where, if you're to visit Derby, you've got the Mickleover buses. I know there used to be Mickleover Blue, Mickleover Green, that go to different parts of Mickleover. Mickleover is a village which is just after the hospital, or where the hospital is. When I came in 2014, we used to use cards called mango cards. And we'll have to go to the bus station and top them up. You pay. So each time you get on the bus, you tap it. So we could only go to the bus station. So that is the Mickleover passing by. You see, it has a different bus from the Villager that we saw. So we'll top up these mango cards. And each time you got on the bus, you tapped it. I think it was £2.50 for each trip that you made. And it was so nice because you could use these buses from the city center and go to the Tesco, which is at Mickleover. There was a 24-hour Tesco there. Do all your shopping for food, do your shopping for your clothes. Tesco sells F&F clothing, your groceries, a very lovely shop. Buy your roasted chicken. I like the roasted chicken, whole chicken that they sell in Tesco. And I used to take that bus to church because Our Lady of Lourdes is at Mickleover. And then there used to be Gayton, is it Lonsdale swimming pool is there. And yeah, I also used to take that bus to the hospital. So I'm almost at where I live. Another landmark to my left now is this cemetery. There's a cemetery there. What amazes me about this cemetery is they call it the gatekeeper's house. So you see that house there? A gatekeeper lives there. Somebody actually lives in a cemetery. Hey, something that we see as taboo in Nigeria. Somebody lives there. I'll come back to the cemetery. Look to my right. This building here is called Teachers for Teacher Trainer School Mistresses. When I see historical buildings like this, I try to read the history behind them. But it has been changed to the College Business Center. It's a very old building. I think it was erected in 18 something. So that's a historical building there. I think it's being used as offices now. So back to the cemetery on my left. You see the tombstones? That place is protected by Derby City Council. One of the oldest cemeteries. See this man come the block waiting when I'm supposed to see. See the rows and rows of gravestones in there. When we were house hunting in 2014, there was a house we viewed, which was the directly opposite that cemetery. It was directly opposite the cemetery. And my husband said, lie, it never can happen. A girl I'm going to live here by herself. She will now come and be living opposite a cemetery. So if she comes back from her night shift in the night, and a cemeterian is waiting at the junction and doing like this, what shall she do? No, we will not stay there. So that was the cemetery. But funny enough, this is where I lived. Thomas Court. I will never forget this place. Thomas Court, DE1 1AJ. You see this bus stop here? This bus stop helped me. You can see the bus stop times here. My flat was this one here. So I could stay from my kitchen and look at the time and see the time behind me. I could look at the time and know when the next bus is coming. So it helped me a lot. I would look and say, okay, the next bus is coming at 8:10. So I'll go and do my morning jogging, make my breakfast, prepare my lunch. I know that I should come out in time to cross the road. Because when this bus is coming towards the city center direction, the next one is going in the opposite direction to the hospital. So if you look to my left, there's an ambulance coming. So if you look to my left, at that pink sign there, that is the bus stop for the buses going towards the hospital. So if one is coming to the city center, one is also coming from the city center. So if it says the next bus to the city center is coming at 8:06, then likely the next bus from the city center to the hospital is coming at 8:06 as well. So I'll target it and come and stand there. So it's that stop, trying to find it. Yeah, the pink stop there. And then it goes directly to Royal Derby Hospital. So in the summer, to save money and to show off my nice legs and nice dresses, I would always walk. I enjoyed walking in the summer. In the summer, it's always beautiful. So I'll come out and I'll walk from the house to the hospital. I just used to walk. And it kept me trim, until I had to start driving, because as a GP trainee, you cannot do without driving. Part of our work involves home visits, which are compulsory if you're a trainee. So I had to start driving. I think when I started driving, I became lazy. I stopped walking as much as I used to, and before I knew it, I started putting on weight. When I look at my pictures I took in 2014, oh my goodness, I was so slim. In fact, I was skinny, and now I'm having jowls. fat chicks. My mother saw me when I went to Nigeria last time, and she said, why are you this fat? Fatness does not run in our family. Where did this fat come from? And I was like, Mommy, I don't know. I think I'm going to cross the road here. Yeah, I'm going to cross the road. The lights are red. There's a three-way junction at the front. I don't like three-way junctions because it's difficult to look in three different places. No, I've crossed. I'm on the other side now. So if you look to my right, see that road? That's the one that makes it a three-way junction. That is Utoxeter Old Road. That's the road that was here when my dad was here. And that building is the Church of Scientology. It's always been there. There is a beautiful garden behind it. So this is another road that goes off here. Some cars turn into this road and then they go up to, you can go from here to Normanton. It's a shortcut. Royal Ditch Convenience Shop has been here right from time. I remember I used to come here and shop. On days I'll open the fridge and there's no milk. I'll come here and shop. The Royal Ditch has always been here too. Its color has changed. I don't know. Masood's Baba Shop has always been here as well. There are a number of stores on this road that have closed. Their signboards are still here, but I can remember what used to happen there. Yeah. So we're still walking along and I'm just telling you my experience in this city. I look back, I laugh, I tried on my own. Yeah, on my own, but it's well. So this road goes to, it's a close, Lonsdale Place. This is where the University of Derby used to be, according to my dad, because it used to be Bishop Lonsdale College. Before they now changed it to University of Derby. So I like the new bus stops. They are closed. Before they were not closed. You would stand in the snow, in the cold, in the wind. So another business that has stood the test of time, Pizza Hut. Why do I know? You see, when depression holds you, you won't even have time to strength to cook. I used to come and buy pizza here and eat comfort food. Pizza Hut here. In there, we went house hunting in there, but we didn't select it. We finally selected where I showed you at the back. Royal Ditch Business Center. I remember bringing some friends here to look for jobs. I've housed a lot of people over the years. You know, you come into Derby, you start looking for work. They used to have a business sort of agency there. Okay, so I think we have walked almost 25 minutes now. We've still got some more walk to go. This place is a busy road because there's a popular school here called Bembro School. This school, if you look at the sign on the paving, it says it's been here. That's it, Bembro School. It's been here since 1936. So my dad would have known this place. A very popular school. I have watched the demographics of the kids in this school change over time, but I believe they are still retaining their excellence. I cannot say. I did not attend any institution here in this country. I only did my GP training in this country. So what I love about the UK, if nothing else, is the environment. Environment plays so much impact on our well-being, whether we like it or not. You see the well-kept lawns, you see the trees. They don't joke with the environment. What you see first can give an impression of a place. If you look to my right, there's a road that goes off there. That road goes to a closed bar. It's a shortcut to where I used to live from 2018 to 2021. See that bus, X38? X38 is the bus that goes to Barton, a non-stop bus that goes to Barton. So I'm still walking along New Utoxeter Road. So this is the road that goes straight to the hospital. The speed limit here is 40 and it has 2 lanes just to speed things up. So note that for when you're doing a driving lessons or a driving test. Don't be like me that failed my driving test 6 times. Fear won't kill me. It won't finish me. So, this is still walking along Bemrose School. So you can see, it says there, Bemrose School, 1930. Yeah? Still walking along, see the beautiful hedges, well-kept hedges. Environment means a lot. So, this is the Friday morning traffic heading to work. Yeah, I guess the bulk of them are heading towards the hospital. Most people that live around here work at the hospital. How do I know? I lived around here, and I know how we used to meet ourselves when we are walking down or entering. So that's the X38 again, going to Burton. We'll meet ourselves and, oh, which department do you work? Blah blah blah. And we made transitionary friends for the times we were in different postings. So that's it. Still, if you look at the ground, can you notice the leaves? The leaves have fallen. Look at the leaves, all changed color, have become autumnal. And the shedding of the leaves is how nature adapts to the harsh conditions of winter. The stems, the trunk, the branches have got to survive for the next year. But the leaves can fall. Leaves can always be grown again. And it just teaches me something about life. For you to survive, you have to shed what you have to shed and let your core remain, okay? So we're still walking down. The trees form a bit of like an avenue, canopy over me. Walking down here evokes a lot of memories. Have you ever tried walking when you're depressed, when you're sad, and you cannot do anything about it? But walk, it helps. Okay, so Royal Manor Care Home. That's a care home that's been here for as long as I can remember. It's always been here. To my left again is Bemrose School. We've come towards the other entrance, and I think this is where parents park their cars. They've got their sports field here, park their cars, pick their children. I think they use this entrance because that other one closer to the city center behind me is very busy. So yeah, it's actually staff parking. Bemrose School, staff parking, catering and deliveries only. If you walk down this road, it takes you to a park. I can't remember the name, but we used to walk down here, my siblings, we used to jog down here in the morning for the times we wanted to do long joggings. Along this road, there are a lot of allotments. People ask, what are allotments? Allotments are parcels of land which the city council gives to people who want to do a bit of gardening. So if you look through you can't really see their canopies. People have kind of protected what they are growing because in the winter the conditions are hard. If you've got green fingers, you love to garden, you can meet up, go to the city council, find out what is involved, make an application, and you're given a patch of land. I know people who grow potatoes, tomatoes, pepper, and some of them even construct little greenhouses so that they can grow semi-tropical kind of foods, vegetables. It's a lovely way of protecting your mental health. Makes you come out of the house, makes you do something different, and that beauty of seeing your crops grow from seed. You water them, you tend them, you weed the soil, you put the manure. And if you need your items for gardening, you can go to Tesco, you can go to Lidl, Aldi, any of these shops. So most of these houses have been here. In the UK, you don't break down buildings. You don't tear down unless you have taken express permission from the council or there's a reason for it. I remember us trying to see if we could get accommodation in any of these houses, but you can see I'm just like 5 minutes away or 7 minutes away from the hospital. So the closer to the hospital, the more expensive. So where we got at Thomas Court on New Utoxeter Road was perfect. It was just bang on in the middle between the hospital and the city center. These ones are closer to the hospital, more expensive but very convenient. You come out and you just take a 7-minute walk and you're in the hospital. So Looking to my right now, you can see some buildings are being renovated. Express permission would have been taken from the city council. If you do things like this without permission, you can get into serious trouble. So some work is being done there. That's the X38 coming back from Burton, going back to the city center. Okay, people cycling to work, which is one thing I love about here. People cycle, it's healthy, it's better for the environment, and improves your mental health, blood flow to the brain. Yes, my phone fell out of my hand, but I picked it up and we move. So I have really walked. I've walked for 30 minutes now because my phone is telling me the duration of this video. So it's to give you an idea of the kind of walks I used to do. Walking that distance walking that distance back home. It was very healthy. It kept me physically fit. I struggled with many demons. I struggled with so many things I couldn't handle. And I look back now, and all the times I was called for panel by the GP, local education committee, I wouldn't keep up with teachings, I wouldn't fill my e-portfolio. They couldn't understand why this Nigerian doctor was such a difficult candidate. But then I couldn't understand it as well because depression is not talked about openly in my society. And my parents were thinking, what are you talking about? You're in the land of milk and honey. Why are you depressed? Where everybody wants to come to, you are there and you are depressed. Nobody understood the effect of lack of sunshine and seasonal affective disorder, or the link with low vitamin D, which I was vitamin D deficient at the time. And I've made videos on all these things now because I know better. And I don't want anyone going through what I went through. It was a horrible time. I still struggle, but I've put safeguards in places because I know it's my life. I need to live my life. See Mickleover to the hospital. So at this T-junction, we've come from New Toxeta Road. That road leads to Kingsway. And that's where I used to live 2018 to 2021. I lived there. So the green man is green, I'm crossing. So I'm crossing this road. Once I cross this road, the road changes from New Toxeta Road behind me to Manor Road. I'm not really sure why it's called Manor Road. I wonder if it's because of that Manor care home that we saw. So that building down there is the fire service building. So crossing. It's to cross again. So, right. So this is Manor Road. And then I am going to continue. So I'm on Manor Road now. And the road directly in front of me, for those who know this road well, the blue roof you're looking at is Royal Derby Hospital. The first time I set my eyes on Royal Derby Hospital was in 2013 December. We came to visit my husband's PhD supervisor, master supervisor then, Professor F.C. Chilaka of Biochemistry Department, UNN. He came to visit his brother who lived in Derby at the time. I was still in London, and my husband said, let's take a trip down to Derby. And we came here 2014. We came, they welcomed us, hosted us so nicely. And as at then, I never knew I was going to come to Derby. This was December of 2013. It was in March, April of 2014 when I wrote my GP exams and passed. I was now posted to Derby. See the way things happen. And to think my father schooled here in the 70s at University of Derby. I will take you to where he lived. That one is a story for another day. So I've walked for 34 minutes now. You can see how the road environment has changed. We're closer to the hospital. Most of these houses here, in most of the houses, you will see signs in front saying to let for hospital staff. You can vouch for hospital staff. You can always do checks on them and all. So most of the people that live on these houses here are hospital staff. So In another barely 4 minutes, we'll be at the hospital. So I'm examining today. I've been doing this for a while now, and I am grateful to God for this opportunity. I just found out about it. I didn't even know that such an opportunity existed. So that's the road. This place brings strong memories. My God, I did 3 years of GP training. I started with medicine. My first posting was a medical assessment unit. My IP, I saw Shege. As in, medical assessment unit was like the younger sister of A&E. I came with the Nigerian mentality of call room. There was no call room. This country is a 24-hour society. No sleeping, no sleeping. You keep awake from dusk till dawn, walking on your feet, taking history, managing emergencies. See what I said about this place? Can you see? Rooms to let for NHS staff. And the number is there. If you're an NHS staff looking for a place to stay, call that number. So, I did medical assessment unit. I did care of the elderly. Story for another day. 4 months there. After that, I did 4 months in a GP surgery in the city center. By then, winter had come, and my first bout of severe depression took me by storm. I crashed. So after doing that, the next posting I did was obs and gynae. 4 months, obs and gynae. Hey, if you do obs and gynae in the winter, your eye go pee. I don't know whether people, they too bomb pikin that time because of cold. They will be warming one another with one another's bodies. And in the process, they put pikin inside of the woman. Now you will come O&G, come kill me with 5 deliveries in one night. Sometimes 3 cesarean sessions, 2 normal, 2 vaginal. Sorry for using the term normal. Okay. Ta-da! Royal Derby Hospital. You see the sign? Royal Derby Hospital. A place that has holds so much sentimental value for me. And as it happens, I'm currently a governor of the Derbyshire Foundation Trust. Who would have thought? This young girl who could not control her feelings, constantly falling into bouts of depression. I was actually labeled. Thank you very much. Thank you. I was actually labeled a red flag candidate. But never give up on yourself. Keep fighting. Keep coming back. When they have told you are finished, stand up. Keep fighting. You're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for anyone. Never give up on yourself. Okay, so across the hospital, you can see Aldi. Aldi has been there saving lives since 19... I used to go there. So you can see the buses I was talking about. They drop people and they come down. They get to the hospital. You see that building? That's the ultra modern building of the Royal Derby Hospital. It was launched in the 2000s, so it's one of the new hospitals. So here is a bus stop. This bus stop, you can take a bus from here that will take you to the train station. I used to join it to the train station. At that time, it was free. I don't know if it's still free. I've not used it for a long time. See, once you start driving, you start to carry yourself with a certain level. I'm excited. So that's the main entrance of the hospital. That door, oh my God. Every time I walk through that door as a trainee, I always felt I needed to put on a sort of face persona, start my fake smiling and all the rubbish that you have to do to survive in a foreign environment, and then when I step out of it and show my real self, she is wild. So that's it, and I will catch you guys when I do a tour of the hospital. That will be a different video. We've already spoken for 39 minutes. I need to get in and examine. Wish me luck. Bye.